Hey guys, and welcome to Let's Play Kirby's Return to Dreamland, Part 13. In the last part, we defeated the so-called final boss of the game, Grand Doomer, but it turned out that he was not the final boss. But we did end up fixing all of Magalore's ship. We got all the ship parts, the last one, and then he decided to take us to Holocondra's home planet, which is where we are now. But in a turn of events, there's a four-headed dragon that shot at us with fireballs, I think, and we went plummeting down with our ship. So, after we crash landed, we found out that the dragon had done that, and now Magalore kind of sent us off to go kill the guy, so we can Magalore can kind of reclaim Holocondra, I guess, I don't know, but, or just get revenge, whichever one. But now we are in a new level, level 6, Egg Engines, and we're going to be doing Stage 1 and Stage 2 in this video. And trust me, Stage 2 is probably the worst stage in the game, if not tied with the one in White Wafers. I remember I was a little upset with that one. But I don't know why, I never really had that much trouble with Stage 2 of Egg Engines. But I don't know. When I was recording, I just had so many issues with it, and I'll explain later. And you'll see why. But anyways, concentrating on Stage 1 right now. This first part right here isn't required. It's never required. All you have to do is complete the level. But if you want to get an extra life, you can do this. It does not have an energy sphere at the end of the puzzle. Well, if you remember in the Raisin Ruins, and I just died there because I'm stupid. I died trying to get an extra life. Makes sense, right? And remember in the Raisin Ruins, there's a puzzle like that where you had to light the switch and race to the cannon and beat it, so you would blast off in time, or else you'd have to do it over and over and over until you get it. And that was actually for an energy sphere, but this one was just for an extra life. And it's kind of stupid when you die to get an extra life. So, and in the end, though, it's worth it if you died trying to get it, but whatever. Anyways, so yeah, that's not required and stuff. It doesn't have an energy sphere at the end. So, I actually, my thoughts just about how the game turned out. I had a hunch that the game wasn't going to be quite over when Magalore said, I'll take you to Holocondra, my home planet. So when I first played this game, I wasn't quite expecting the game to be over anyways. So it wasn't too much of a shock that we had some more stuff. I just thought we'd maybe fight the boss and be done with it. I was like, okay, this is it, end of the game. And we just go kill the boss, but no, they make you do another level. And I think there's I know there's another level after this, so we're still not even done after this one. So they definitely dragged this game out a little bit, which is, I think, deserving of it, because the game, it goes by too short sometimes. If you're not good at the game, then maybe it takes too slow, I don't know. But if you notice all those, you're like, why not get those abilities and stuff? Well, if you saw, I accidentally ran into the sleep ability. And the point of why they put the sleep ability there is because once you get the sleep ability, you automatically go to sleep, and you have to wait a few seconds before you can even wake up. So the point of it's a trap, so when you get the sleep ability, all those electric balls are shooting out, they'll kill you, or enemies will walk near you, and they'll just kill you. So it's actually a smart trap. I like that idea, but just be careful dodging those, because they like to trick you with that. And now we get to probably this is an annoying energy sphere to get. Luckily, we just have Dark Matter World after this. Just get the last two energy spheres. This is the only single one we have to get. This puzzle is quite annoying, because you have to before you can enter the room, you have to shoot yourself on the things that open and close to get yourself through the air, from cannon to cannon. And you have to time it right, so you hit the cannon, or hit the thing that goes up and down. I don't know what those are called, or what you call it. Like that when it's closed, but not when it's open, so then you bounce off and onto the platform to go into the door. And this one, make sure you go as soon as it opens up so you don't get crushed at the end. and you get the spark ability at the end, which I highly recommend you get just for convenience upcoming up here, because more electric balls trying to kill you and stuff, and there's just some things that are easily taken out of the way with the spark ability. And right here, if you shake the Wii remote, I know I've done that before, but shake the Wii remote and then wait for Kirby to charge up with the spark ability, and then you can press 1 to launch a giant electric ball, just like the cannon. So you can join their club of awesomeness and stuff. And just more stars to get, not needed or anything. And you know, it's actually kind of nice having the spark ability, because you can constantly be shaking the Wii remote and just kind of having a nice barrier, I guess, to protect yourself when you're running. Though we don't need that right now because we got the candy, and I believe this is the last time we get the candy, so enjoy the music for the last time. And as you know, candy makes you invincible, because that makes sense. And we're just gonna run through the whole level. I actually had some issues recording this part. I think this part of the recording went through nice. Stage 1 went fine. Stage 2 is where it got screwed up, and I don't blame it, because it wasn't really worth it recording it anyways. I wanted to just cut it out and be like, yeah, I did stage 2 off camera, because it was such a pain. I was cursing to no end because I couldn't just... I'll get to it after we get through stage 1. We're almost done with it. Got the Dark Matter World to get to, because as we get the Monster Flame ability, obviously that means we're going to go to the Dark Matter World. I don't know if there's an official name for it or what. I just keep calling it the Dark Matter World. That just seems like an easy name for me to remember. We actually get like a new thing we can destroy. It's like with the Monster Flame ability, you get to light some like cannons, and they'll explode. So, and more of these giant crusher things, so they're not too hard to take out. What else? Before I get to some raging into stage 2. Yeah, the stage 2, I got like I was saying, stage 1, I guess, the recording actually went fine. I thought it looked like it was screwing up at times, but it didn't. But stage 1 didn't take any other, like the... Well, actually, let me think. I actually I got halfway through this stage 1, and I got to the candy bit, and I don't know why, but my computer was spazzing out, and the recording was screwed up, so I had to start over the stage. So luckily I hadn't finished it, and I hadn't finished it, so the recording ended up working after I had to leave the level and go straight back in after starting the recording again. And I believe I got stage 1 went fine. And stage 2 is where everything went wrong. Nothing would go my way, and nothing would work. I was just glad I got recorded and done with. It was not mainly recording, it was the level itself. And then, you know, it figures, once I beat the level, and I knew the snap, and once I beat the level, or if it was going to be a chance where I beat the level, it screwed up, so. There's no audio for the second part of the video, so, yeah. It just... For the first 50 seconds of stage 2, it got screwed up. Or, for the first 50 seconds of stage 2, it was fine, and then I don't know why, it just screwed up after that. It just messed. I don't know, it's just one part where it screwed up. Anyways, this Dark Matter World, it's actually pretty challenging. I just recommend, I hope you're quick. That's the only thing I can recommend, really. Practice running on these platforms, or just running in general, because it's kind of needed for this, because you're not going to make it. And you gotta manage, Gordos flying and enemies and stuff, but you have to actually use the enemies. I guess you don't have to, you can go float up there and blow air and hit it, but it gets really hard when the platforms are moving in the opposite direction that you're moving, and you're trying to run in the opposite direction, because you're not trying to get walled in by the dark matter slowly engulfing you. And then there's Gordos flying up and down, and you gotta be careful not to get hit. But this part is where it gets really tricky, and you gotta hit your marks right. the platforms are now moving in the direction you want to be moving, so you're kind of not wanting to go too fast to run into everything before the giant star can kill everything for you. But make sure you suck up the enemy there so you can hit it and it will hit the dark matter wall back so you can get into the door, because I'm pretty sure you have to do that unless you're super fast, but whatever. Ninja ability, bomb ability, slice of pizza, I think. I choose the bomb ability, it's just much easier. Ninja ability is great, but bomb ability is better. It's greater for this boss fight, honestly. And now we get to meet the last version of the Sphere Doomer, and it is the ice version, so he's gonna be gray. I don't know why. Oh, yeah, I don't know why. That was sarcasm. But definitely that makes sense. Being that the last form of the Sphere Doomer is the toughest by far. It is. I know in the extra mode of Kirby, which I will cover in later, you know, he is really tough, and I will explain that later. But it's actually pretty interesting how they made him even tougher. But yeah, he's not too tough. You know, you can still take him out. He's just got mainly new attacks. He takes advantage of his ability, I'll tell you that much. So now that he's dead and gone and stuff, we can now move on through the golden door and go to the gold game, press 2, and get second, because I never get first anymore, and it's really annoying me because I don't know why. It just seems like I can never get first now. I mean, second's better than last or something, because I know there's a time where I screwed up a lot. But still, I don't know why I don't get first, because in order to get 100% in the game, you have to get first on every gold game. You have to get a 1, so... And if you can tell there, I lost the bomb ability and the frame kind of changed. And that's because I actually counted to about 17 attempts on this stage. So if you notice I kind of missed things or stars or extra lives or whatever, just realize and understand that I was really trying. It was 9 o'clock at night, and I'll tell you that. I was recording this for 2 hours. I was tired. I obviously didn't want to stop and go and wait till the next day, because I knew that was just gonna be worse, because I just want to get it done, because I knew there's no point in putting it off. But just realize that this is the last 10 seconds of sound too. The rest of the video was silent, so I'll try and quiet down so I don't sound too loud, trying to overpower the audio. But yeah, as you can probably hear right now, the audio went bonkers, and I had to edit it out because it was just so screwed up. It was so laggy, or just ahead of the video. It made no sense. But anyways, yeah, stage 2. I never realized how evil this stage was until I played it while recording, and it is a monster. I'll tell you that much. I probably would have got it done the first try if it wasn't that the recording messed up. Again, see, I don't know, my computer is spazzing out when I record these 2 stages. I don't know why. The first time, I forget where it was, but I know I was close to the part where I really started to get irritated and just about my head exploded. I don't know, but if I would have got on the first try, if that wouldn't have happened, I'm pretty sure I would have got it on the first try. But anyways, this first energy sphere isn't too hard. Just make sure you get the ice ability, parasol ability, or water ability. I highly recommend getting the water ability. Because you have to destroy fire blocks to get the energy sphere. And this level is basically about getting the ability, and you have to have the ability to get the energy sphere. So basically, except for the last one. I don't know why they didn't do that for the last one, but whatever. The last one's easiest. The second one isn't too bad. I would say the first one's more annoying because you have to be careful not to get hurt and lose your ability, because they like to cook. Like, abilities don't... Like, if they hit fire, they automatically disappear, so it's annoying. But even more annoying is the stone ability. You gotta be careful. If you even run into these spike things, you automatically, the stone ability will go away in the water, and if ability hits water, it disappears as well. And you need the stone ability. I keep saying rock ability. You need the stone ability. As you see, there's an energy sphere there, and you're wondering, how do I get that? You can't destroy those solid metal blocks in water. Well, there's a pocket of air, and if you jump up and turn to stone, you'll float down to the bottom and go through the solid metal blocks. It's a great idea. I love it. It's just, and like, it was interesting, you know? But it's really annoying when you got three, you got like 9 flowing, like, no, you've got a billion things, like spiky, giant, rolly things going through the water that are about to destroy your ability. That's really annoying. If there's a way you could suck up your ability back in the water, I think that would make it at least a little bit more, a little less annoying. But so now we get to the crash room. I guess the crash ability. I think you can suck one of those guys up if you want, the ones that explode. I don't know. I figured there's no point of getting it because my computer wouldn't handle it because it screwed up already. So I was like, whatever. I don't know why actually why I didn't get this crash ability in the first place, because this is after my recording ended up screwed up, so I don't know why I didn't get it. That's odd of me. I don't know why. Maybe I thought the recording would turn out right. Huh, that's funny. That is a complete joke. I don't know why I thought the recording would turn out right. Okay, here's where it starts to get stupid. I was really, at this point, I was just ready, my head was, like I said earlier, my head was about to explode out of so much fail and just irritation from this stage. It was annoying. This boss, Dubior, I highly recommend getting the whip ability. Don't get the leaf ability. It sucks, for this boss. No, I'm not trying to, say the leaf ability sucks, but it just sucks for this boss fight. The whip ability is much easier. And I highly recommend going to your screen, pausing the screen, going to where they, every ability in the game, they give you a start and pause menu, information, if you scroll over, information about every kind of different type of attack you can use with your ability. I highly recommend doing this because you would have no idea that you could do this kind of attack if you wouldn't look over or just experiment. And make sure you know how to do this, because you have to do this quick. Okay, so you have to do the spark ability, you get it, and you have to destroy those bomb blocks by using a lightning strike upwards. And you have to hit the last one. And it goes kind of quick. So if you don't hit that, you don't get this energy sphere, and you have to start the whole level over again. And that's why I kept messing up, because I couldn't get this last energy sphere. And I have so much fail and everything, I could never get it. Like I said, 17th attempt. 17th attempt. And I still couldn't get it. I don't know why. But like I said, this last energy sphere is actually the easiest one out of all of them to get. All you have to do is jump. It's like a jumping puzzle. Just jump with the key in your hand to the end, which is actually not that far away, to get the last energy sphere. You open the door. And the only reason I died was because I jumped the gun. I thought it would open up as soon as I jumped, but I didn't. So once I jumped, I was like, oh no. So I died. And I was kind of mad because I was like, I died for no reason there. But I didn't die first. I didn't die for, like, the lightning thing, like, or, you know, whatever, like any other thing previously. Like, this is the easiest one to get and I died. I mean, come on. But basically, I'm actually surprised I'm not raging as much as I am. But just, my advice for the lightning thing is definitely make sure you know how to do the lightning strike upwards, not downwards, upwards. I don't know what it's called, but you have to do up on the control pad and then press 1, and you gotta time it right, because if you... Part of the reason why I screwed up so much is because I couldn't do that. I don't know why the controller wasn't... I didn't press buttons hard enough or something, but I got 3rd. That's okay, but I could do better. But that was part of the reason I failed so much. Like, I got to that point and I couldn't do it right. And also because I kept doing the wrong bomb block. Like, the first one, I was like, ooh, maybe it's this one. Nope, wasn't. I was like, dang it. Second one, nope, that's not it. And then I ended up forgetting that the second one wasn't one, so I did that again. I was really mad at that point. I wanted to stop, but